Hello everyone and welcome to Siriana Tarot. This is a singles new love reading for Aquarius. We're going to look at the kind of love you're ready to experience now based on the growth that you've already done. Take what resonates and leave the rest. Clear messages, advice, and guidance for my Aquarius, please. All right, so we have the Five of Pentacles, okay? Your person's also showing up as the Three of Cups. So most likely someone here who's around you in your community, in your energy. They're viewing you as Temperance energy, Sagittarius, which tells me they see you as an Earth Angel, Aquarius, and the relationship, the King of Cups. So very creative, very loving. All right, and we see the Four of Pentacles. So this may be somebody here who's been holding back for a little bit. They may have been healing, or they may be questioning whether or not they're good enough for you. So this person might feel, Aquarius, that you're a little bit out of their league. All right, they may be struggling with their health or their finances. That might be why they were holding back. But I do think that they're done doing that, and they want to work things. They want to get on the same page with you, or they feel like you and them are really compatible. This is someone who's definitely been disappointed in love, and with the Three of Cups tells me they may have been casually dating, but nothing real serious here. Yeah, this person has been healing. The Three of Swords, Four of Swords, they've been healing. So this person is probably someone who, you know, if they have been dating casually, it's nothing that they've allowed themselves to get emotionally invested in, but there is just something so different about you. They feel like you two are, you know, this is destiny, or this is divinely guided. I think you're going to get someone here who's been holding back for a while, Aquarius, to really open up. And in fact, I think they're going to be falling in love with you. The Four of Swords tells me that this person may bring you peace. They may feel like home to you. All right. But initially, the Queen of Wands in reverse tells me that you might meet this person at a time when you're dealing with somebody else, or you're enjoying the single life, or you're, you know, dating a few different people, talking to a few different people. All right. But this person is definitely this person definitely holds back. I feel like they're a little bit more quiet, maybe a little bit more timid. They've been focused on healing emotionally, maybe their finances, maybe they're healing from some sort of health issue or accident, illness, or injury. Okay, we see closed off. Yeah, definitely. I get that this is somebody who has been closed off. Even if they've dated a little bit here and there, they haven't really found the one, or they haven't really found someone they want to emotionally open up to. But this is somebody who's been deeply wounded, so trust must be established to open their heart. All right, they could be a Capricorn. That's the Four of Pentacles, the Sun and Capricorn energy. Their work and stability are high priority. They can be relied upon to get things done. They're wealthy. They have a lot to offer. They've worked hard to achieve their success, so a comfortable lifestyle is indicated. Okay, so they may have been really disappointed, but they may have channeled all that energy into their stability and their wealth. Okay, and Aquarius, this may start off as something casual, start off as a friendship, and evolve into something so much more. Now, I feel like the fact that they're closed off might come as a little bit of a surprise here, because I do think the Three of Cups tells me this person is fun-loving, they're a party person, they're probably upbeat and optimistic when they're out and about, or when they're around you. I definitely feel like they light up when you walk in the room. You may meet them at some sort of party or celebration. There could be some sort of Vegas, Atlantic City, or like Macau connection. It could also just be somebody here likes to play scratch-offs or play the lotto. All right, so let's see. Okay, they could be European. Now, these really specific messages that come through, like ethnicity, eye color, ages, things like that, they're going to be confirmation messages for some of you, but they're not going to resonate with all of you. All right, we see this person may have a dark past. Okay, so that can be addiction. That could be, maybe they didn't always act above board in the past, but I do think that they're different now. And we see rolling in money. So we do get, some of you, this person has won like a lotto or like a big scratch off, or I kind of get like a lucky energy around this person when it comes to money. But again, luck is oftentimes where opportunity meets preparation. And but we see double confirmation of wealth and rolling in money. So this is definitely somebody who has a lot to offer, regardless of how they've come by it. All right, so let's see what else we need to know about this person. What else do my Aquarius need to know? Okay, message of concern. So I do like this because the number 14 may be important to some of you. You could be born on the 14th, or they are, or maybe you just see a repeating 1-4 around this person or when this person is coming into your life. But this message of concern tells me that this is somebody who is going to be, they're going to be the type of person, Aquarius, that worries about you, but in like a good way, you know, like making sure that you got home safe. If they haven't heard from you in a while, they may send you a message, hey, just checking in, want to make sure you're doing okay. You know, like little welfare checks. And then I also see with message of concern that this is somebody who's going to want to make sure like you've eaten enough. They want to make sure you're happy. They want to make sure you're comfortable, but not in a way that makes you feel like they're suffocating. All right. We see false person here. So I do feel like this is someone who's going to be very open and honest with you. All right, they may be a secret admirer who's, you know, getting ready to reveal their true feelings. And we see house energy. This person may be somebody who doesn't own their own home. They may rent. I don't know, I got Airbnb. I don't know if they have an Airbnb or they've been, I don't know, you meet them and they're staying in an Airbnb. But anyway, the house card tells me that, you know, this person, I feel like they do have a lot to offer, but they may not own their own home. They might rent or like lease or something like that. And even though I do think they have a lot of money and they've created their own stability, what I'm getting is that they want to share it with someone. Okay, they're ready to share what they've worked for with someone. All right, and some of you, like I said, they don't own their own home. They may rent, or they might, you know, lease or rent or what have you. But I'm also seeing for those of you that they do have like a nice house or a nice condo or a nice apartment or something like that. It's like it's big enough for two or like for a family is kind of what I'm getting. It's like they want to fill it. They want to share what they've worked for. Is the message I'm getting there. Some of you, this person may have made some money in real estate or work in real estate. Really specific message, not for all of you. What else do we need to know? Somebody here might also really love the Addams Family or watching Wednesday. I know that's one of my favorite new shows, but anyway, or new series, but I don't know, that came through. Specific message, not for all of you. All right, they've lost a loved one within the last year. Okay, so that could be some of the hardship there that we're experiencing. That could be something they're healing from. They have an odd-numbered birth year. They've been extremely hurt by a loved one in the past. So again, that could be a betrayal. All right, that can just be heartbreak and loss. Yeah, because we do see this person, maybe they've had a few difficulties, or they're coming out of a difficult season here, and they may have 3 siblings, or they may come from a larger family. Aquarius, this person sees you as an earth angel, temperance energy. They see you as patient. They see that this connection is divinely guided. This person sees building and growing with you. So having a family or building some type of legacy here. All right, we see double temperance energy. Some of you, Aquas, you have strong Sagittarius in your chart, but they see you as yin and yang. They see this as a soulmate connection. They see that you two balance each other out in the most harmonious ways. You really calm this person down, like you really calm their nervous system. They feel like there's a real healing quality here to you and to this connection. Now with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, there could be distance between the two of you. Again, more Sagittarius energy. But they might also be a little bit worried that, you know, you don't want to move forward with them. And again, maybe because of what they've been through, maybe because of their past, because we do see that they may have a bit of a dark past. There may also be economic disparity between the two of you, or a difference in how much money you make. Again, this person seems to have a lot of money. I don't think they're going to care if you make as much money as they do or not. You know, I feel like this is someone that, like, if you end up married to them, you might not even have to work. But it's interesting, Aquarius, you're going to be a little bit on the fence. You're going to be a little bit confused. You're not going to be so sure about this connection with the Seven of Cups. Is this too good to be true? This something here might feel a little bit off. Okay. Should I take this friendship to the next level, or will we sabotage it? Seven of Cups tells me, my Aquarius, you do have other options available to you. Okay, and so a lot of you might be enjoying the single life. You might be enjoying other options. Okay. What do they notice about you, or what do they really like about you? Detective energy. They know that you have good powers of observation and you're intuitive and you have a desire to seek out the truth. So if something feels a little bit off or confusing, you're definitely not going to make your move until you have all the answers. And this person knows that. I think they also really like that about you. Like, they know that you're going to find out everything about them. And even if it makes them a little bit uncomfortable, I still think they like that about you. All right, and we see saboteur energy, highlighting your fear of self-empowerment and the changes it would bring to your life. So this person sees you as somebody who's healthy. You know, we see that they have a dark past, and some of my Aquarius, if you've overcome addiction or, you know, or bad habits, whatever they might be, maybe you used to be self-destructive before or when you were younger. This person really, really likes that you've healed. And some of you are currently like the wounded healer, where you've been through something, whether it was some sort of trauma, or some sort of addiction or something like that. Like you've turned you've turned your recovery or your healing into guidance for others, is what I'm getting. And they see you as somebody who's definitely self-empowered. I feel like this person's proud of you. Okay, or they're proud to know how far you've come. And again, maybe it's just like, you know, you had a lot of debt and you paid it off. For others of you, you may have overcome addiction. Some of you experienced some sort of trauma, okay, and you were able to overcome it. But it feels like in some way, shape, or form, you do help others. You've turned these difficult lessons into wisdom, and they see you as a healer. And some of you may work in medicine or in the healing arts. For others of you, you've taken your pain and hardship and you've turned it into not only your own healing, but healing for others, which is really beautiful. The King of Cups tells me this is going to be a very creative and very loving connection. I feel like there's peace. You know, this King of Cups is just like chilling on his yacht, you know, and this person, for some of you, this person might have a boat or have a yacht. It does feel like they have a lot to offer. But again, abundance means different things to all of us. So, you know, for not all of you are they like a millionaire and somebody with a yacht, but we see here that this is going to be a very comfortable connection. I feel like you two are going to really enjoy the finer things in life. I love this King of Cups because he's just so much at ease, right? Like you two at ease with each other. I feel like this person is going to adore you, Aquarius. All right, and this connection tests your boundaries and priorities, reminding you that self-respect is part of love. Okay, but I don't think this is somebody here who's going to test your boundaries. Although, Aquarius, this might be somebody that does have a lot of money, for example, and they may kind of want to give you everything. And as beautiful as that might be, I can see that you're very independent, and you may be like, you know, maybe you need to set a boundary there. Like, nope, you know, you can't buy me everything, you know, like, you know, you don't want to give all your power away in that regard. Something like that, right? But I just feel like, this connection, yeah, it's like this person's not going to run away from you choosing yourself, okay? So although it may be easy to get lost in this connection, you're not going to. And I feel like this person is going to also appreciate that independence, that resolve that you have. And that you're not, you know, they have to work for you as well, Aquarius. All right, we see present in the moment. This person engages fully rather than projecting far ahead. Connection unfolds naturally. Okay, so yeah, this person's going to stay very present with you. You know, you're not going to be pushed or coerced, so it has to unfold naturally, or you're not going to be up for it. All right, and we see curious and open. This person approaches connection with curiosity rather than assumption. Growth matters to them. Yeah, so it also feels like they know they have a lot to learn from you. Okay, and that like they can't treat you the way they've treated others. And I'm not saying that they treat people poorly, but I kind of feel like if this person has a lot to offer, they're used to people kind of going along with everything that they say or they suggest, and you're not like that. And this person likes that about you is what I'm getting. Like, growth matters to them, and they're not making any assumptions with you. They can't. They know they can't. I love that, but I feel like they're just very pleasantly like tickled by this energy, right? They like this about you. They like that you push the envelope. They like that you have boundaries. And you keep them on their toes. All right, let's see. Yeah, so we see that the energy is fun and lighthearted but uncertain at first. This is going to be a psychic connection. You two really do get each other, and that's that King of Cups. So your communication goes beyond mere words. Some of you might meet through work, but we see this common cause connection here, which for me indicates, Aquarius, that this is just you two being very compatible. And at the bottom of the deck, we get friend zone. So did we get that? This might start off as a friendship and evolve into more. Okay. Some of you might not even feel like this is your person, or you might not feel like super attracted to them until you spend more time with them or you get to know them. All right. So we see next month being important to this connection. So I'm doing this reading in July. So July, August being important to this connection. We also see this month, July, and we see the month of May. All right. Taurus, Gemini energy coming through. All right. So trust your intuition with these messages, sending you love and light. Take care.